or for this part, okay? You'll need your binders, but not yet. Okay, so when you are thinking about multiplication stories, okay, there's two ways to look at these stories or word problems, okay? There's a way to look at them where you're solving the problem, or there's ways to look at them where you are making the problem, okay? So we're gonna talk first about you making the problem. So this is an example of a multiplication problem. So we've got 5 times 3 equals 15. And remember, we talked about that the first number is your groups. How many groups? Or here I said groups of something, because that helps you create a word story. Your second number is how many somethings are in the group, right? This is your groups of something. This is how many somethings in the group, right? And then your last number is the total altogether, right? So here's an example word story that I created. It says, Mrs. Monroy had 5 buckets. That's my groups. My groups are 5 buckets. So if I was to draw a picture of it, I'm gonna have 5 buckets. 2, 3, 4, 5. There's the handles on my buckets. Now, if no one's ever told you this before, when you do math drawings, they don't have to be beautiful works of art with tons of detail, right? Math drawings are sometimes quick little things. Okay, so we've got 5 buckets. That was the first part of the information. Each bucket had 3 pieces of candy. So in the buckets, I'm gonna draw 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay. How much candy did she have? So I took this multiplication problem and I made a story. I talked about having 5 buckets or 5 groups of something. I talked about having 3 pieces of candy in each bucket. That's my how many somethings in each group. And then we know our total altogether is 15. Okay? And we could double check by counting the candy. So if I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. That's my multiplication story. So let's practice another one. And this time you guys are gonna help me. Okay, let me get my wheel of names to see who's going to tell me my parts. Let me see, I'm gonna go through my list so I don't put anybody on here who's not here. Keep going, Raphael, Taylani, we've got Evan, Bentley, oops. Cameron, Daniela, so help me with my attendance today because I haven't done it yet. Kylie, Cayman, Hannah. Hannah, I see you have a question. Yes.
When you count how many pieces of candy in the bucket, it's actually easier to just add them because you have 3 2 times, and then you have 3 more 2 times. That's 12, and then you have 3 more. 2 plus 3 is 5.
You can absolutely do that. And that is a strategy that we will talk about next week because we haven't quite gotten into all the strategies yet, but you are right. That is a way to do it. So good observation, Hannah. Okay, I got all my names in here. And that means I have all my friends here. Yes, Taylani, do you want to see Let's see if your microphone's working. Taylani, what is your question?
Are we gonna do this by ourselves?
We're gonna do this together, and then you guys will do your work during workshop with your group.
Okay.
And yeah,
Okay.
does that answer your question? Okay, perfect. Okay, here we go. So I'm gonna pick my first person who's gonna give us our groups of something. You're gonna pick a number 1 through 10. Here we go. Kylie. Kylie, can you give me a number 1 through 10? Any number.
5.
5. Okay. So Kylie said 5. And it's going to add on to our story. Oh, Bryce. Oh, right on here. All right, Bryce, can you tell me what is our groups going to be? 5 what? So like in my story, it was buckets. And yesterday or on Tuesday, you guys did some stuff with the ladybugs on the leaf. So leaves or shelves. What do you think?
I can't really hear because my sister's having school right now.
Oh, so you can't hear me?
No, it's like my sister's also doing school in like another room, which it's like I can hear both of you at the same time. You're kind of both interrupting each other.
Okay, so go to someone else. Try and make sure that you can at least listen to what we're doing now, okay? Okay, let's see. Let's have Zelda. What should our groups be? You could really pick almost anything, and I can make it work.
Baskets.
Okay, so we've got 5 baskets. Okay, thank you, Zelda. All right, next up. Where? Going through my list. Finding, okay, Beckham. You can, if you could turn your camera on at least, Beckham, if your microphone's not working. I need a number, another number 1 through 10. No, I lost you on here. There you go, Beckham. You can put it on your hand if you need to. Show me a number, 1 through 10. Okay, not 3, because we did 3 earlier. Give me any other number, 1 through 10. Seven? Is that what I'm seeing? 7? 5 and 2, 7. Perfect. Okay. So Beckham gave us the number 7. Thanks, Beckham. And who's going to tell us 7 something that's going to be in a basket? Looking for my friend. Bentley, what somethings are we going to have in our basket?
Pokemon.
Okay. Okay. So we have our groups. We have our items in the group. Now we're going to create our story. Okay, so you guys gave me the information, and now we're going to create a story. Isaiah, I see you have a hand. Do you have a question, Isaiah?
No, it was about the question they wanted to choose.
Oh, okay, perfect. I was using my random thing. You'll get to create your own when we start math. Okay, let's see. My wheel chose Jasnor. Let's see, where are you on here, Jasnor? Jasnor, are you okay if I use you in the story? Is that okay with you? Oh, there we go. Letting you unmute. Are you there, Jasnor? Okay, we'll try someone else. I'm not sure what's happening with Jasnor right now. Hopefully. Jasnor, if you can hear me. Oh, I see. She told me she was in the bathroom. That is my bad. Okay. When she comes back, we can add her into the story. Raphael, are you here? Raphael, can we use you in the story?
Yeah.
Perfect. So, Raphael, add 5 baskets. He caught 7 Pokemon in each basket. How many Pokemon did he catch? Okay, so we just created a word problem that you guys helped me come up with. So now what we're gonna do is to solve, I'm gonna draw a picture, right? So I'm gonna draw my 5 baskets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So we have 5 baskets. Now what I need to do is put 7 Pokemon in each one. Now here's where math sometimes gets tricky. I know it might be really tempting. You're thinking, oh, I really want to draw 7 Pokemon because I really like drawing Pokemon. When you're doing math, you probably don't have time to draw 7 Pokemon, okay? So in math, you sometimes have to just go quickly. So I'm just gonna draw them as circles. Maybe we can pretend they're in the Pokeballs, right? Because you catch them in there. So I'm gonna draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now I'm gonna keep going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now, there's a couple different ways that we could solve. We could go through and count each of these, right, to get our total. Or like Hannah said, you could add each of these together and see if that helps. So we'd have 7 plus 7, which would be, so if I took those 2, I'd get 14. And then I know I could pair those up again and get 14. And then I have one more 7. So then you could do 14 plus 7, right? So that's one way you could do it. But another way, and usually the easiest way, is going to be counting each circle, okay? And one strategy that I'm gonna recommend to you guys, especially when you have so many circles, sometimes it's easier to cross them off as you count them, right? So I'm gonna show you what that means. So I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. Okay? That's one way you could do it. So we know that there are 35 Pokemon, right? Another thing you guys could do, and we're going to talk about this all next week, so I know I'm throwing a lot of information at you, but I just want to put it out there for you. When you're doing a number like 5, show me your hand if you know how to skip count by 5s. Like by going 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. How many of you know how to do that? I'm seeing a lot of hands, good. You could do that 7 times, right? So I'd go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. That's another way to do it when you have a number like 5, right? Another number you guys probably know how to skip count by are 2s, right? You can go 2, 4, 6, 8. That's another way. Another number you could skip count with probably are your 10s, right? We're going 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So you could do that. That's why when you guys were, probably even starting in kindergarten. I think maybe at the end of kindergarten, you start skip counting, right? And then you do it again in 1st grade. Maybe you even did it again last year in 2nd grade. This is why. This is why you learn how to skip count, because it helps you with math for the rest of your life, right? So that today was you learning how to create a multiplication story. You guys did this one. You came up with your groups. You came up with how many things in each group, and I helped you out with the story, okay? Before we start workshop, because you guys are going to do the work on your own today. Do we have questions? Marcelo, did you have a question? Or were you going to give me the answer from before? Okay. Let me go through. Aditri, you have a question?
I thought the workshop was where you separate us in breakout rooms, like
Yes,
with the group.
it is. You will be with your groups. Yeah. But you have pages you're going to do at some point with your group. Okay. Any other questions? Oh, Sophia?
Math workshop. What's Zoom with Miss Monroy?
That means you meet with me and we go over some stuff. So it just means I'll hop into the breakout room with you. Any other questions? Doesn't look like it. Okay. Before I send you into your rooms, I want to show you real quick what you guys are going to be working on. Okay. So you guys are going to be doing page 101 and page 102. There's not that many questions on here. Okay. So these 3, you're working with this picture here, right? Answering the questions on page 102, right? Same thing, there's a question. They want you to draw a picture telling what each number means. That's this part right here. Groups, how many in each group, total altogether. That's what they want you to do there. And then you get to come up with a story problem, just like we did here. A story problem, but they give you the numbers and the things, okay? And then for your math journal part right here, they want you to do another number story, okay? I see somebody was asking if you're, if you get help from me. You're gonna be working with your group, but with the exception of one of my groups, I'm gonna meet with you guys to talk about these before you do the work. So that's where you can get help from me, okay? Okay. So I'm gonna open up the rooms. I'll tell you guys what pages in a minute, but it's also on the slideshow. So you guys go look in the slideshow if